Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. 8 Crizzy here, and today's movie review is going to be on the new Indiana Jones film that just came out yesterday. And of course, you know me. If you read my community tab posts, and if you've seen what movie I just saw last night, this movie review is going to be on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I went and saw this movie at Fox Gold Coast with my dad and Uncle Charles last night, and so this is the fifth and final installment in the Indiana Jones film franchise, and it's also the first and only Indiana Jones film that's not directed by Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg actually instead executive produces this film along with George Lucas. So the Dial of Destiny is instead directed by James Mangold, who's known for directing Walk the Line, Logan, and Ford vs. Ferrari. So in this movie, we follow Indiana Jones, and Harrison Ford's back as Indiana Jones for the fifth installment. And so he basically races against time to retrieve a legendary dial that can change the course of history. Accompanied by his goddaughter, Indiana Jones, Indy soon finds himself squaring against Jorn Voller, who's basically like a former Nazi who works for NASA. And pretty much, we got ourselves the film's main antagonists are pretty much the Nazis once again, just like in one of the previous installments. So, yeah. So, I was really looking forward to checking this movie out. After watching the previous Indiana Jones installments, including rewatches of the original Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's already been 15 years since the last Indiana Jones film came out way back in 2008 with the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And in my opinion, I thought the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, I kind of liked it. I mean, sure, it does have some flaws, but I didn't really hate the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And now we got ourselves the Dial of Destiny, and like I said, I was looking forward to checking this movie out, even after watching the previous Indiana Jones installments. And I gotta say, for this movie, I actually really liked it. I thought it was a great movie. Yeah. And I also thought it was a good conclusion to Indiana Jones. Like how I think from what I heard, this is probably gonna be the last Indiana Jones film, and then they're probably gonna stop making them for good, since because even Harrison Ford even said that he's not going to be involved with the possible Indiana Jones TV shows that might possibly be in development. But Harrison Ford himself said that he's not going to have any involvement with the TV shows that might be coming out in development. But yeah, so, and I gotta say, for the way this movie handles itself, I gotta say, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I gotta say, James Mangold, who directs this film, James Mangold actually does a pretty solid job directing this film. And considering the fact that, like I said, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas are the executive producers this time. And James Mangold, I kind of like James Mangold's previous works. I really enjoyed Walk the Line, as well as Logan and Ford vs. Ferrari. And I really enjoyed those films, because I kind of do enjoy James Mangold's work, of course. And I gotta say, his direction was actually pretty solid enough. It was pretty good for the final installment of the Indiana Jones films. And I gotta say, the performances I thought were well done too. Harrison Ford's still a great Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford, he was terrific in the film, and Antonio Banderas is in the film too. Antonio Banderas, he's only in it for a few scenes, near the second half of the film. And I thought Antonio Banderas actually did a good job in this film too, because I think he said Antonio Banderas even said that it was fun working with Harrison Ford and James Mangold together when by the time this movie was filming. And yeah, and of course we can't forget about John Williams' music score. John Williams' music score is still very awesome. Yeah. And it's kind of hard to believe that this movie was actually obviously, because Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is also the only movie that's not distributed by Paramount, but of course in association with Paramount Pictures, because Disney actually distributed this film along with Lucasfilm, because this is actually not the first time that Disney and Paramount collaborated together. Because I think from what I heard, one of Disney and Paramount's earliest times collaborating together was actually Robin Williams' first movie back in 1980, Popeye. And I think technically Disney and Paramount did work together on the first half of the MCU films, like the Iron Man films, like the early MCU films. That back when Paramount used to own them before Disney took over, and before Disney bought Marvel. But yeah, so Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, I thought it was a fun film, and sure, it does have some overuse of CGI. It does have some pretty predictable CGI here and there, but it's like, and I do get what critics are saying about the overuse of CGI here and there, and but that didn't really bother me a single bit. And the runtime itself, I thought was pretty well paced, because for me, I hardly felt a thing. The runtime I thought was well paced in my opinion. And I gotta say, like almost everything about this movie is a great movie. And sure, it's not a perfect movie for sure, because I wouldn't really give this movie 4.5 out of 5 stars, because I would just say it's considered like a great conclusion to the Indiana Jones franchise. And yeah, it was kind of pretty cool to see the short silent versions of the opening logos, like the 100th anniversary Disney logo, Disney 100, Paramount, and Lucasfilm, and how the Lucasfilm Limited logo actually fades into like a lock that transitions into the opening scene of the movie. And yeah, and of course, like, it was great hearing the John Williams music once again, and it's like, because I really enjoyed most of the Indiana Jones films, and like none of which disappointed me at all. And yeah, because I also enjoyed the Temple of Doom, and I also like the Last Crusade, and yeah, but I gotta say, the best Indiana Jones film in my opinion would definitely be Raiders of the Lost Ark, which was the original one. And yeah. And I actually thought this movie was probably worth the wait after 15 years of the last movie, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which came out 15 years ago, back in 2008. And yeah, oh yeah, and the previews I got in front of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the 4 of them include The Creator, Haunted Mansion, Oppenheimer, and Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Since it's July already, the only 2 July releases I'm looking forward to seeing are Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Yeah. And I kind of almost forgot that Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 actually comes out on a Wednesday, not a Friday. It's actually on a Wednesday, July 12th. Yeah, I didn't really know that until last night after finishing the movie. But yeah, so aside from all that, overall, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was a great movie, and I'm gonna give the Dial of Destiny 4 out of 5 stars. If you're a fan of the Indiana Jones films, and since this movie came out, and if you enjoyed the previous installments, then I recommend checking out this movie. Yeah, because since this movie came out the same days as the new DreamWorks animated film Ruby Gillman and Teenage Kraken, which I haven't seen yet, which it doesn't really interest me at all. But if I were to give Ruby Gillman a chance, I would just wait till it comes out in streaming, just so I can show you guys, just so I can tell you guys my honest opinion on it after watching it on streaming, if I ever do give it a chance. But I'm just glad that I saw Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and yeah. So yeah, I recommend checking it out. And so that's going to be it for my movie review on Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And that's going to be it for this video. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And make sure to like this video as well. With that being said, until next time, this is Mystery Crizzy saying goodbye everybody, and that's about it.